High Potential has long been seen as a new age version of Psych, but the Caitlin Olsen drama's season finale proves the two quirky detective procedurals are interconnected. Whereas Psych followed Sean Spencer, James Rodri Rodriguez, as he conned the Santa Barbara Police Department into believing he was a psychic, Olsen's Morgan Guillory is recruited by the Lap to consult on their major crime cases in High Potential. Alongside an unexpected Psych connection in the High Potential season finale, episode 13 introduced a unique antagonist for Morgan to face off with, a serial kidnapper known by the alias David Giuntoli. Out of all the High Potential Season 1 cases, Morgan's bout with David stood out the most for a plethora of reasons. The kidnapper marks the first High Potential antagonist to evade capture by the Lapped, setting up a recurring storyline in High Potential Season 2. The criminal also nearly killed Lev Ounce Osdil, Dean Isaac Denny's, one of the major crimes unit's key members. Yet, arguably the most striking aspect of the High Potential Season 1 finale was its uncanny resemblance to one of its predecessor's most memorable episodes, proving its role as Psych's successor is more than just coincidence. High Potential and Psych have similar protagonists. Sean and Morgan are kindred spirits. There are so many similarities between Sean and Morgan. High Potential was originally seen as a Psych replacement. At the most microscopic level, there are broad strokes that connect them, like High Potential and Psych both being case-by-case procedurals set in California. Granted, there's about 100 miles between Santa Barbara and Los Angeles, but the breezy feeling of both series settings is indistinguishable. What makes Sean and Morgan such kindred characters is their approach to their consultant positions. In a world of straight-laced detectives, Timothy O'Munson's Carlton Lasseter and Daniel Sunjata's Adam Karadec, respectively, Sean and Morgan disrupt the norm. Both Sean and Morgan are always prepared to bring an air of levity to the police station, even when their unofficial police partner is less than amused. Both are unapologetically themselves and refuse to adhere to anyone else's expectations of them. They even visually stand out as oddballs, with Sean's casual attire clashing with Lasseter's suits and Morgan's fashionable wardrobe always drawing attention. Admittedly, there are key differences between the characters as well, like how Sean honed his superhuman attention to detail throughout his childhood while Morgan had it from birth. Nevertheless, the High Potential and Psych leads are undeniably comparable. High Potential Season 1 finale case is reminiscent of Psych's Mr. Young killer. Arguably the procedural's most iconic antagonist. Ally Sheedy's Mr. Young grins creepily in Psych. From the moment David first made contact with the Lapped in High Potential Episode 13, it was clear he would be cut from a similar cloth to Psych's Mr. Young, Ally Sheedy. The Breakfast Club alum originated her iconic role as Psych's best bad guy in the Season 3 finale, An Evening with Mr. Young. Similar to David, Mr. Young sent a ransom note to the SBPD to invite them to play her game with them. Unlike David, Young had a long history of toying with the police and leaving bodies in her wake. Still, even though David failed to claim a life in the High Potential season finale, his methods were eerily similar to Young. Both left clues, riddles, and whimsical games that contrasted their horrific crimes. Young and David both kidnapped people to motivate the police, with clear plans to kill them if the investigators didn't solve the riddle in time. Amazingly, An Evening with Mr. Young and Let's Play, High Potential Season 1, Episode 13, even utilized the same twist. Mr. Young and David were both stalking the detectives throughout the entire case. High Potential's Game Master is still more interesting than his Psych counterpart. The serial kidnapper has a unique appearance. David Giuntoli as a mystery villain in High Potential. Although Mr. Young is responsible for some of Psych's best episodes, High Potential's serial kidnapper could be even better and more terrifying. The biggest difference between David and Mr. Young is that High Potential shows David kidnapping Ounce, revealing a signature look, a disturbing face mask with big eyes and rosy cheeks, that sets him apart from his Psych counterpart. The creepy attire veers into slasher villain territory, which works well to disrupt High Potential's casual tone and instill real fear for the characters. In addition to High Potential's ironic casting, David will likely have more of a direct impact on the plot than Young did in Psych. Following a tense showdown at a drive-in theater, Sean successfully apprehends Mr. Young in the Season 3 finale. While Young's father, known as Mr. Yin, became an even more ruthless killer following the arrest, the suspect faded into the background and even became a strange ally to the police in her final episodes. Although the Psych Yin and Young trilogy was compelling, High Potential could make David a more imposing threat. What to expect from the Game Master's story in High Potential Season 2? He has officially set his sights on Morgan. Fortunately, the ending of High Potential Season 1 already indicates what sort of villain David will be in future episodes. After dramatically altering his appearance to not be recognized, David approaches Morgan and her children in broad daylight and pretends to be a friendly Samaritan. David slips a pack of cards into Morgan's groceries that she doesn't notice until she gets home, revealing a sticker that promises David will return to play with Morgan specifically, claiming she's the one. How David will return in High Potential is less clear, but there are many thrilling options. David might target someone close to Morgan to kidnap, ranging from her ex-husband to her children to her partner, Detective Karadec, which would, ironically, mirror Mr. Yin's first showing in Psych Season 4. Similarly, David might stalk Morgan and the Lap throughout their routine cases and slowly build to become the climactic antagonist once again. His looming threat adds drama, as Morgan also delves deep into what happened to her ex-husband. The suspense is just yet another reason to watch High Potential, and Season 2 can't come quickly enough. Now that High Potential has proven itself as Psych's spiritual successor, the future is even brighter for ABC's crime procedural. Perhaps, the show could even bring back James Rodri Rodriguez in the show's sophomore run with a bigger creative impact on the series. Considering how great both of the episodes he directed, the procedural is better off leaning into its Psych similarities than fighting it.